Okay, now I'm just going to do a little bit of diagnostics to see why my fuel pump stopped working. It's only a couple years old, and you know, it stopped working last night. Luckily, I had my old original one, which has over 100,000 miles easily on it, and that one's still fine. But I just thought I'd put the new one on because this little front little spring lever here on my old one was getting, not very good. So, but I just went ahead and fixed it anyways. But then this one has a problem. It doesn't work. I've never thought a mechanical fuel pump could fail, but this one did, and after not very long either. So anyways, that's a big caution if you're going to buy a new fuel pump for your Triumph, because these things appear to be really cheapo. So I'm going to take it apart, just figure out what exactly went wrong, because this thing here is really super loose and it doesn't do anything. It's not pushing the lever, whatever's supposed to be inside. And this front part this thing here, it doesn't pump any gas either. That doesn't do anything. Anyways, time to take it apart. Well, it's interesting, but the sediment screen evidently looks pretty much deformed. That doesn't look right. Not sure how that happened. Looks like that gasket just kind of got squeezed in the crack, and then it just deformed the screen. So there's a big gap in the middle. I don't know. Huh, weird. Okay, I just took out these screws off this top plate here. And then this whole thing just jumped apart at me. So, I'm not sure why. There was this spring that went right here, and this whole thing just flew apart. I'm thinking this was supposed to be attached to something down in there, but I don't know what. Anyways, that looks like it just came apart. Not sure what the deal is with that. But anyways, that should have been stuck in there somewhere, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. There you go. Alrighty, well, I think I can see why. There is this piece down here, which you can kind of see. That's supposed to go up and down when I move. When the lever moves up and down, that's supposed to move up and down. And this piece right here is supposed to grab in that slot, and evidently looks like something broke off of it because it just sprung out. And that looks like just a piece of cheapo metal. It doesn't last very long, and that's why this thing failed. Okay, I don't trust these new parts anymore. Not these new fuel pumps. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're all made like that or just this one. This one I got at Moss Motors, and I'm not so sure if they're all like that. Yeah, so pretty crummy piece. Doesn't last very long, does it? And leaves you stranded. Alright, there's my fuel pump. All back in the box. And I would suggest that if you're going to get a fuel pump, you get two of them. And you keep one in the car, just in case. because you don't want to be stranded out in the middle of nowhere with your fuel pump busted. And so that'd be my only suggestion. Maybe I'll go look at some fuel pumps again, just to have one on hand, just in case. And but that's what happened. Basically, that one piece just broke off of that. The inside's there, and it's a piece of junk. It's not gonna last very long. All right, that's it. Okay, once again, I took off the original gas pump, fuel pump. And just in case you're interested, this is what the original looks like. As you can see, it has AC written here, made in England, patented in. It has all those things written on it. So, and this is what the bottom of it looks like. If you get a new one, sometimes they say on the internet this is original, but if it doesn't have that writing on there, I don't know. Anyways, this is the original spring, and this is the replacement spring. So I'm just going to measure the force and the size and everything, because the replacement spring is much bigger and much stiffer than the original. Measure. I brought this bathroom scale. I'm just going to put this is an 8-pound weight. Just make sure that it works. So that says 8 pounds. I'm going to put this. This is the original spring. I'll just see what it does. I just press it down like this. Just see what it's going to do. This is all the way down, so that it gets all the way compressed. 6.3. Okay, 9.7 for the replacement spring. And just so that you know, it's, according to this, 1 1/4. This is, it's the same as this, 1 1/4. This height is different though. This height is, well, you can see it there, it's just shy of 2.5. This height for the original, 2 inches high, and it has 1, 2, 3. It looks like it has like 4 active coils. This one has 1. This one looks like it's got 4, a little bit more than 4. And when you fit the plunger back into the slot into the car, you have to really put it. See, I drew a line on here so that I could line it up so that it goes straight in this way, and then I push it down and I turn it sideways like this, or like this, whichever way, and then so that it keeps it in there, and then I screw everything down. And by the way, I got these tools. They're pretty handy. They're little like little clamps, little plastic clamps, and they come in 3 sizes. They're at Harbor Freight. It's like $15 without the coupon. I'm using the smallest one, and it's a handy thing just to keep in your bag, and it pinches off the hose really nice, so you don't get any gas coming out from the fuel tank. Okay, so you can see I'm using one of my clamps right here to clamp the gas line here. It's working pretty good. This, as you can see, this is what I was talking about, and I put it in basically 90 degrees from here, 90 degrees from where it's at. I rotated it, and now you can see the top part has that little tab. And just to make sure, if I take and just to make sure, if I take my finger and I use the pumping lever, I should see it go up and down, and it does. So it's all connected. And now just ready to screw on the top part. Okay, now here's another thing I just thought I'd mention is that you got two screws to get off, or two bolts. There's one on this side and there's one over there on this side. To get those off, what you need is just like a socket wrench that's exactly the right size. And after experimenting a little bit, I've got this one. It's Sears Craftsman. Sears Craftsman, and it's got this extension. So it's just the right size to get that back screw. That back screw down in there is kind of the hard one to get. But you know, if you get the right sized socket wrench, the right reach, you can get it off pretty easily, actually, and tighten it down pretty easily, actually. So that's a little bit of the key there. Okay, so anyways, don't throw away that original fuel pump. Those things are great. They're gold, really. Don't and I wouldn't buy the new ones if you have an old one, because the new ones I don't think they're made very well. And anyway, that's a little bit about the Triumph fuel pump.